So anyway, uh, they said because of that they're talking 2 or 3 months. Well, sometimes they'll say that anyway because they want to build up a big hype in it because they want to start getting those orders in. Because if you want one, you got to get the order in. So everybody's throwing their money in to this antenna that they got to wait for, only because the company wants to get that money in and start using your money instead of their money, or put your money in the bank and collect interest. Now you say, well, what's $130 or $150 in this case? Well, it's not 150. You're talking thousands of antennas times 150. So we're talking hundreds of thousands of dollars. So the interest does build up a lot quicker. So, and that's all free money to them. So, all right. Anyway, I ordered this yesterday. Wow. Now that I think about this, I ordered this when Darlene took the boys out and Jem after dinner. So it was about 5:30, 6 o'clock. And it was here today. So, yeah, so I ordered it yesterday, Monday, and today's Tuesday. So, the one I wanted was a high gain AR500. The AR500 was $130. I think that's what it was. No, it was up to $169. I'm going to say $160. It was either $59 or $69, but okay, we'll round it off. I did find it at one point prior to all this for $130. They're gone. So, and again with shortages, everything's going to go boop, boop. So anyway, I said, you know what? If I remember right, High Gain didn't make that. That wasn't a High Gain product. High Gain bought some of the rights to market it under their name from RCA. So that's what I was thinking, right? And I didn't remember. So I look up High Gain and the AR500 and Rotor. Right? Some call it a rotator, but at that point I look it up, and the 500 comes up with these rotors, as well as the RCA. This came up $98. So after I look at this and I look at that, it is the same one. So I said, you know what? I'm going to order the RCA. So that's what I did. Bingo. Now, after shipping and taxes, it cost me, I think it was $116 or so. I really don't remember. I remember it being like $100, but then, okay, what side's open? This side opens. Well, come on, give me the top for crying out loud. Okay. Now, it's a lightweight rotor. If I was going to be using a large beam, this is not a rotor you'd want to use. It would, it may or may not turn the beam, depending on how big it is. These were basically at one time, and there still are, they're made for TV antennas, or lightweight radio antennas. If I was to put a large HF beam on this thing, either the throat would go, the bearings would go, or every time the wind blows, it would start turning around because the brake won't hold. Because some of them have brakes, some don't. Most of the time, the top piece ends up blowing. Okay, I think that should be it. Let me make sure there's nothing stuck in the bottom. No. Because I'm thinking if I was going to put the beam up on the tower, and once I get it up there, I mean, because I got to take the tower down. It's going to be easier for me to take the tower down than it would be trying to go up on the tower. And I'm going to move it while I'm at it. I'm going to bring it closer so I can bring the coax shorter, and the wire that feeds this has to be hooked up, so I'm going to make that shorter as well. I didn't buy that because I have a lot of it. And on the tower, I'm going to end up putting this inside the tower. The tower comes up to a point, and usually well, it's up there, but you put a thrush bearing up here, and this mounts on a little mount plate where this would go inside the tower. Right? And then the tower has a round, like a 3-inch or so tube, you know, about yay big. And then you put a thrust bearing on that that tightens down with lock screws. The pipe goes through that, so there's no drag when it turns. Well, for what I'm doing, I don't need any of that. So this will be just fine and should be okay. Yeah, we should be okay with that, really, because it's not going to do a whole lot. But it's the same one. It's a high gain, basically. Like I said earlier, this is the mounting hardware, so we'll take that out of this little bag. Well, we'll worry about it later. Okay. Now this, let me put these on here. This is going to have a little hole in it, just enough to hold the antenna. Now, I think I was telling you about the antenna. That's what I was going about before. I made a couple videos on it because I made one and I wasn't sure if it was going to, and it had other things on it. It was just me, again, just rattling away. I was talking about different companies and how they didn't want to donate to the government or to the Coast Guard, or, you know, they didn't want to even give them a deal. But yet they give them away to ham operators, but they wouldn't even, like I say, give a deal. There should be one more, but okay. Oh, spare? You sent a spare? Oh, you didn't. Okay. Now these should be some holes underneath to bolt this on. Oh, here they are. Okay. Hey, Nick. Now these are made to bolt to a pole, but this is not going to be on a pole. This is going to be sitting inside. So I'm going to put a plate down so that I can bolt the plate downward. So I just want to put these all on here so that I know where the hell I'm at. That's the bottom one. That's all right. Right the way they gave one net extras. Well, these are lock nuts, so this should be 4. Yeah, and then there's 4 washers. Right, and then there's 2 extra nuts to go into that if you needed it. Okay.